In the last video, I talked a little bit about QGIS and how it's a great free GIS software. In this video, I'm going to talk about getting started with QGIS, and we'll just cover some of the basic things like importing data and saving your QGIS map document. So right here, I have QGIS opened. This is just the page you come to when you start up. These are projects that I've worked on previously. If you haven't started any projects yet, you won't have anything show up here, and that's just fine. You can see down here there's a new version of QGIS available, version 3.4.3. I'm currently running 3.4.2, and I'll update this soon. If you have this come up and you want to start a new project, a blank project, it's really easy. You just click the New Projects button over here. If you don't have any previous projects that show up, it automatically brings you into a new project. I'm just going to come over and create a new project. Now there are a few ways I want to show you you can import data. But first, I want to go ahead and show you how you can get your interface set up like I have here. So when you open your interface for the first time, you will likely see something that looks like this, and it has layers on the left and nothing else. And you saw I had that browser window, which I really like, and we'll come back to that later. But let's say I want to add data, and I want to add just any kind of data I have on my computer. I can come up here, and I can come to the Open Data Source Manager. And this is going to open up a new window. And from here, I can add a vector layer, I can add a raster layer, or I can go to my browser. Right here, I'm just going to add a vector layer, and I'm going to add a file, and I'm going to go find a vector data source. So I have this C drive, and I have this temporary file, and I have the outputs file here. And so I can select the files I want here, and I can select different kinds. I want to look for Esri shape files, so I'm going to come and I'm going to look for .shp files. And you can see I have a number of those here. So let's go ahead and we'll add in the catchment shapefile, and I'll just select that and I'll click open. You'll notice, and I'll go back here and show you what I'm talking about. Let's go to all files again. But you'll notice with shapefiles that they have multiple associated files. So here's a beaverponds.shp, but it has beaverponds .qpj, .prj, .dbf. When you add this in QGIS, just select the .shp file and everything will work out just fine. So here I have the catchments.shp. I'm going to leave this as a file, and I'm going to click add. And this will add that file into my browser. You can see I have polygons there. Now I'll show you how you can do this if you use the browser. So I'll go to browser, and I can navigate to my temp folder, and then I have this outputs folder here, which is where I believe catchments was located. And so you can see I have catchments here. Let's go ahead and add in this beaver pond shapefile. So I can select that and just drag it over. Or double click it. My apologies, I have to double click it from here. So you can double click it and you see that it's added this layer here. And if I slide this out of the way, I can see those beaver ponds that were added. Okay, now I'll add a raster. So let's just select raster, and I'll go in and I'll find a raster data set. Here I am again at my temporary outputs. And I save my rasters as TIFF files. So let's go select GeoTIFF and see if there's anything in here. And here's a hillshade. So we'll add this hillshade in, open that, click add, and there you can see the hillshade's been added. Okay, that's great. This is a great way you can add whatever kind of package you want. You'll see that I have some other videos that cover XYZ tiles and WMS, WMTS layers. You can take a look at those for how to add some of those server-based layers that are really fun to play around with. And you'll see in my browser actually that under XYZ tiles I have some Google imagery that I've added here, and I have a video on how you can do that I'll link to. Okay, I'm going to close this out now, and I'm going to show you a little more streamlined way that you can add data. First I'm going to slide that hillshade down below. Now, the way I like to do this is I go to View, and we can go to Panels and Toolbars. So the panels are the things that are going to line up on your interface area, your map canvas area. So like the layers, this is a panel here. And these things up here, these are toolbars. And so I'm going to go back to View, and I'm going to go to Panels, and I am going to select the Browser panel. And now you can see that it's added a browser right here. And so instead of opening up the Add Data Source window, I can just choose my browser here. I can navigate to my C drive. I can go down to my temp folder, and I can come down to my outputs, and let's add in a layer here. Let's add in stream order, and I can just drag and drop that in, and it comes right into my map document. And I find that the most streamlined way to add layers. That's how I generally add my layers in, is just by having this browser tab down here and switching back and forth between layers and browser. Okay, so that's the basics of how to import data. Now let's say I want to save this document so I can come back to it later. This is a very easy thing to do. We have a Save Project As here. That's if you want to save it under a new file name and create a new project from an existing one. Or I have this Save button here, which I can save for the first time. These are also located under the Project tab here, and you can click Save there. So I'm going to go ahead and click Save, and I am going to save this on my C drive in my temporary folder, and I will save this as a test file, test project. And it's going to save it as a .qgz, and I'm going to click Save. Okay, so my project is saved now. I'm going to start a new project, and it will discard the old one, and now I want to go open that one back up again, so I can go to Project, Open, navigate to my C drive, to my temp folder, and here's my test project.qgz, and so I'll open that up, and there you have all the data that I've added in. Now, if you're not familiar with how these GIS softwares operate, for this to happen, you need to keep these data layers in the same place. The QGZ file, or your project file, only saves the information associated with the layer. So it will save the symbology information, it will save which layers are in your table of contents, if they're turned on or not, but it won't actually save the geographic information that's in these files. So if these files get moved or deleted, they will no longer show up in your map file here. There'll be a broken link, and they won't be able to display those. So that's just something to be aware of as you work with this. Okay, so that's all I'm going to cover in this video. That's the basics of how to add data into QGIS and how to save your map project. Subscribe for the next tutorial. I'm trying to get one of these QGIS tutorials out every week, and I'm also trying to get out a Python QGIS tutorial out every week, and that allows you to programmatically alter things in the QGIS interface and alter layers with Python. If you have suggestions or things you want to learn about QGIS in these tutorials, please leave a comment below, and I will be glad to address those requests. Thanks again for watching, and have a great day.